Oh, it's so synthetic, right? This fragrance sucks. This fragrance sucks. They're all synthetic. Designer fragrances are all synthetic and they suck. That's one thing that you will hear the niche snob elitists say about designer fragrances, right? We've seen it all over the place. The reason why is because it's a real easy cop-out. You take a designer scent that has good performance, it gets great compliments, it's versatile, you can wear it everywhere, anytime, for any situation, and it's also affordable. 4 great things that really make a fragrance good for just about every guy out there. Well, what else are you going to say about the scent? You can criticize the bottle, and that's kind of a low blow as well because it has nothing to do with the scent. But if you want to criticize a scent in that scenario, you just throw synthetic out there and then everyone cheers and claps like it's the greatest thing ever. No, that doesn't really work. So today we're going to be going over 10 synthetic fragrances that actually have good quality. And now, look, I don't think there's malicious intent behind every single synthetic label. Like, I don't think everyone means it in the worst way possible. Sometimes fragrances do have potentially a bit of a sharp, rough opening, and immediately that gets transcribed as synthetic. Same thing can happen with niche fragrances as well. So we're going to be looking at stuff here that gets that label for one reason or another. I will link these all down below. For what it's worth, I think these are all great fragrances, all designers, of course. And so if you want to get some at the best prices possible, use the links. And also, community tab, make sure you're over there. Mancera Intense Cedrat Boisé just came into stock for $98. You guys have jumped on that big time. And so, you know, it's stuff like that that you might miss out on. So get subscribed, see those posts, check back multiple times a day, bookmark that page. That's where you're going to get all of your best deals from. I can almost guarantee it. This fragrance is super synthetic. It's the worst fragrance ever, apparently. It's Sauvage Eau de Toilette. This one is known for being synthetic due to the strong bergamot, black pepper, ambroxan opening, basically. It opens up with a vengeance. I mean, this one doesn't hold back. They're not trying to be smooth. They're not trying to be ultimately well refined here. Dior has access to the best perfumers in the world. This was not an accident, okay? This is exactly what they were going for, and look at what this has done. I mean, the sales and the popularity speaks for itself. Now, it gets labeled as synthetic, and sure, the opening is a little bit rough. It gets better as you go further into the line. The EDP is more smooth, the Parfum is even more smooth, and Elixir is super smooth. But one thing is for sure, the quality of this is actually really good. You'll find when you get into the dry down and it settles down, you know, it does kind of lose some of those harsh edges here. And again, it's a Dior fragrance, and while price doesn't always equate to quality, a lot of times you'll see that it doesn't, especially with niche products, right? Just because you pay doesn't mean you get exactly what you're paying for. They're still going to put out about the best that they can. Same with Chanel. And so this one here, it's got good quality. Next one, we have Acqua di Gio Profumo. Now, this one here gets the label because of the grassy green opening, and I'm fully willing to admit that I do think the opening on this one is not the best. And this is coming from someone who loves Acqua di Gio Profumo. Anyone and everyone who's watching this that knows how much I love this one is probably like, what? You think the opening sucks? You're saying that about one of your favorite fragrances? Yeah, the opening on this sucks. I don't like the opening. It's one thing, the one thing that deters me from wearing this one, believe it or not, sometimes is the opening. Now, again, I'll just spray it on because I know I'm going to love it once it gets into the dry down and even the mid. But when I spray this one on and head out, I'm not even excited because I'm smelling the opening. I don't care for it. I don't want that to steer you in the wrong direction. Just know it does have kind of a grassy green opening. It labels this one into the synthetic category. You'll see a lot of people kind of equate the two. The fragrance itself is not synthetic smelling. Once you get past that screechy kind of grassy opening, the dry down is actually insanely good quality. It's got depth and dimension and layers, and it's all around a very high quality scent, believe it or not. We have up next what at one point was right on the border of being a cheapie hit, you know, if you're lucky, $40, 100 mil, 42, whatever. It's no longer the case because it's been discontinued, but you can still get it. And the price that it is currently at is still worth picking up 10 times over because this is an amazing designer scent from BVLGARI. It's wood neroli. So this one here kind of gets compared and lumped into the similar category of something like Xerjoff Kobe and maybe a couple other popular citrus neroli orangey fragrances, because it does have a ton of neroli, of course, general woods in here, but then also a kind of a sweet citrus, and it has a little bit of a herbaceous textured petitgrain smell also. For a designer level scent, the quality and the amount of depth that this one truly has is nothing short of impressive. Again, discontinued. They're not making it anymore. It's been confirmed by the brand. I've done videos on it. Get it while you can at the link down below, because the prices are creeping up. Right now it's like $53, $56 for 100 ml, which is still very solid for what you get. But once it gets to be 100 plus, at that point it's kind of out of the realm of recommending it that much. So get it while you can, but this is one of those situations where people will, have their favorite citrus fragrances that maybe are more expensive and higher quality, and they'll look at this and say, oh, that's a peasant scent, it's synthetic. Or maybe people who don't like citrus fragrances, they'll buy this even though it's been described as a citrus fragrance by pretty much everyone. They still buy it, and then they don't like it, so they label it as synthetic. It's just one of those deals, but don't let that get to you. When you sit down and smell this one and test it, the quality is actually impressive. Just about had fragrance dominoes happen there. I line all these up on the floor so I can talk about them and pick them up. My Ultra Male bottle knocked over, spoiler alert, and almost knocked over all the rest. Cheapie up next, Halloween Man X. $30 at one point if you were lucky. Now it's crept up into closer to 40, I think, or somewhere around in there. Again, inflation and stuff. I don't think this one is discontinued. I would hope not. But it's just, kind of in demand, especially now that we're moving into fall and winter time. So if you've been wanting Halloween Man X, I would get it while you can. It's got coffee, whiskey, and tonka bean. Smells great. It's a really nice, cheap gourmand with a decent coffee note. It's not too prevalent. To me, it's more about the whiskey and the tonka, but you get a little bit of a roasted coffee smell. Quality is great for the price. Now, this is a situation where, again, we're talking about in comparison to the price. So it's not going to rival Dior and Armani and Chanel, but also compared to other fragrances in this price range, it's significantly better. It's another situation where people will just look at this and say, oh, it's a sweet synthetic bomb. It's very sweet, but it's not really synthetic. Yeah, spoiler alert, Ultra Male up next. This one got hit big time with the whole synthetic thing. To be fair, you know what, now that I think about it, that trend has kind of gone away, because I remember this was back in probably 2017, 2018, which was, right around the time Sauvage was super, super popular. I mean, it still is, but it was taking the community by storm, and people were getting just riled up. They were tearing their bedrooms apart because they were so mad about Sauvage. And so synthetic was really making its rounds, and then it was creeping into everything else. And I remember Ultra Male getting hit pretty hard with that. Look, it is a very sweet fragrance. Not for everybody, but the pear note in here is nothing short of impressive. It mixes very well with the vanilla and the lavender and that sort of thing. It works well. And while this scent DNA is definitely not for everybody, it's an acquired taste. The scent itself does have good quality. This is the bane of the anti-cloner's existence, Al Haramain's Detour Noir. This has taken the community by storm for no reason other than it's impressively good. I bought this on my own, actually. Fragrance By, I think, sent some out. I bought mine. I bought Detour Rouge, which I just did a video on. I've had no, contact with the brand, Al Haramain. Basically, what I'm saying is there's no reason for me to promote this other than I just believe in it. It's $29, 100 ml, and it's a clone of Parfums de Marly Layton, which is $240, $50 plus at discounters for the standard 4.2 ounce bottle. You're talking a big price gap here, and this one, to me, is the closest Layton clone out there. There's Lalique White and Black, also really good. It varies slightly, and so I think out of closeness and everything else, and even quality, this here takes the cake. It is just impressive, like I just said. So, you have people who are very passionate about Niche and Parfums de Marly, and I love Parfums de Marly. I also really like Niche. I've got a lot of niche fragrances. Even though I don't talk about them that often, I've got a good amount. I just picked up Amouage Reflection Extrait 45, you know, this one right here, Reflection 45. Super high concentration. It smells awesome. I love it. I love Reflection, man. I love this Extrait. It's powerful stuff. I buy niche fragrances just for myself. You'll probably never see that one on the channel, but I have it. I've got a ton of Kilians. The point is, I love niche as well, but I'm also able to rationalize, and I'm also able to be open-minded enough to realize when something is a good value, and this is great value. It's not synthetic. It's not as good of quality as the Parfums de Marly, but also it's better than a lot of other $30 scents. Kind of like 1 Million Lucky, you know, this guy is also discontinued, but you can still get it on discounters for about the normal price, your typical 1 million flanker price. And so back when this one was getting its hype, you know, when it first came out, it was, you know, divisive, two ends of the camp there, some people loving it, some people hating it, and there wasn't really much of a middle ground. That's kind of how this one is. For me, I'm actually further into the love than middle, so I wouldn't consider myself middle ground. I wouldn't consider myself straight up love like it's the best thing ever, but I'm right there. You know, I really do like it, and people will label this one as a low quality synthetic scent, but it actually is diverse. It's got plum, it has hazelnut, there's honey in here, ozonic notes, so it's a really wide variety, and it's something you don't get every day. You know, they're trying to be a little bit different here. They're still sticking with the Paco Rabanne style and theme and making it a very sweet scent. But this type of thing just works, especially for the younger crowd out there, my younger audience watching this. This is a really nice one for you. And, you know, even though you're getting a scent that is sweet and mass-pleasing, that doesn't automatically mean it's synthetic. It's actually smooth, really smooth. Also really, really like this guy here, Wanted by Night by AZZARO. It's got cinnamon, fruity notes. There's tonka bean in here. Man, love it. Tobacco as well. I don't know if I said tobacco. Cinnamon, fruity notes, tonka bean, tobacco. A really, really nice scent with ample quality. This is another one that's kind of right there on that cheapy line. You know, for me, a cheapie is $40 and under. That's kind of my guidelines, and that's even on the upper end. I mean, if you really want a hardcore cheapie, it's probably $30 and under, but I kind of like to go 40 just to make these videos more versatile. This one's kind of 45-ish, so again, it's not quite a cheapie. I wouldn't consider it to be, but it's right there. And compared to other things in this category, it really holds its own, because believe it or not, this price point category, 45, 46, 43, mid-range 40, is very popular. There's a lot of fragrances out there in this price range. You may have never noticed that before, but if you look, there's a lot of competition. This one holds its own. Great quality and a great flanker all around. This one here really, really will stir people up. Philipp Plein, No Limits. It's got dark chocolate, leather, and a bunch of other notes. I can't even remember. I just know it's all about the chocolate leather for me. Think of Gucci Guilty Absolute, but chocolatey and more sweet and more mass-pleasing, and overall, kind of a better fragrance just because of its wearability. I love Gucci Guilty Absolute, but it's a bit of a challenge. You got to be in the mood. You got to be prepared for that one. This one in the cool weather is kind of just a spray and go. If you're going into an environment where, you know, you got to be a little bit more mindful of your scent, just spray less and you could still get away with this. That's how much it bridges that gap of versatility here with mass appeal and then also something unique. It really is great. I think this stuff here is incredible. Now, at one point, this was an expensive one, like $100, even at discounters. Now you can get it for like $55 for a 100 ml tester, $44, $45 for a 100 ml. Oh, I messed that up. You can get it for $55 for 100 ml full presentation. You can get it for $44, $45 for 100 ml tester. So save about $10, $12 there between the two. No caps on these, obviously. So in my opinion, go with the tester. And that's now a really affordable scent. The testers, again, are almost borderline cheapy. And in this price category, you would be hard pressed to find something else as unique as this one. I mean, this really is kind of a godsend here for us who want something different. You don't want to spend a ton of money. Because of the bottle being just very gaudy and kind of obnoxious, people are automatically going to think it's a piece of trash scent. But actually, the quality is impressive. And guess who perfumed this fragrance? Alberto Marias. Enough said. I want to finish off with Gucci Guilty Parfum Pour Homme. Just because the Gucci Guilty Pour Homme line is going to get crapped on. Same with Gucci Guilty Black, right? All very wearable fragrances that are fresh and clean and great compliment getters and mass pleasing, but people are not going to, jive with that. And so they're going to get labeled as synthetic. And I have nothing but good things to say about this Gucci. It's a new release you can get at discounters already. Retails for like $150, $160. You can get it for like $104, $105, which is already heavy savings, and it just came out. So definitely go that direction there. But to me, it has some sort of special thing about it. Like, it's fresh with this kind of sweet citric feel, and then this texturized kind of aromatic twist. It's just super hard to describe, but it really brings a lot to the table. And again, we're talking layers here. This is not just a flat, boring, fresh scent. There's a lot going on and a lot to unpack. As juniper, lemon, nutmeg, orange blossom is some of the main notes. I mean, a nice little variety there of aromatic, fresh, and then some light woods going on. It just works. It smells great. It's a parfum. It behaves and wears like a parfum. It's got good performance. The quality is great. Very smooth from right off the rip all the way into the dry down. It is a smooth, high quality, high class scent. And just because of it being a Gucci Guilty Pour Homme flanker, people are just going to dunk on it. But really, this one's got great quality. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 10 synthetic fragrances that actually have great quality. These are all great scents for the guy who just wants to smell good. That's what we're in it for. So don't get too worried about picking one of these up and thinking that it's going to smell like a cheap garbage gas station bathroom fragrance like some people make these out to be. It's not. These are some great fragrances. Actually, some of the best men's fragrances on the market currently, in my humble, very personal opinion. But they're great stuff. And I would tell you if they were bad quality, because I've told you when things were bad quality before. And for the price that you pay for each of these, they're top notch. Links will be down below, and again, community tab, posting deals, rare stuff, Intense Cedrat Boisé, Mercedes-Benz Club Black for $45 for 100 ml tester. It's stuff like that where you gotta be over there so you don't miss out. I don't want you to miss out. I really don't. So go over there. That's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.